illegally acquired by foreign nationals have been successfully transferred already to other persons. And what we're trying to do right now is to take hold of these properties and bring it to the benefit of the state in favor of the Filipino people. Kung mabagal po tayo, baka po wala tayong abutin sa mga properties na ito. I understand that the AMLA, Anti-Money Laundering Council, has this authority to initiate the freeze order, but we have to acknowledge the fact that there are certain limitations with respect to the cases when they can file a petition for freeze order. This will help the Philippine government a lot reacquire the real properties which were illegally transferred to foreign nationals so that it will inure to the benefit of the Filipino people. As stated under Section 10, napakaganda na po ng plano kung saan dadalhin ito. And the best illustration for us to better understand what is the intention of this law. Mayroon po tayong mga na-raid na pogo dun sa Pampanga. Right now, the status is uncertain because we do not have sufficient law which will enable the government to reacquire those properties. That includes not only the land but even the building erected thereon. Dapat po ito pinakikinabangan ng mamamayang Pilipino. Naloko na nga po tayo. Pinakinabangan ng foreign nationals na gamit sa illegal activities. Magbabagal pa po ba tayo? So that at least we can reacquire real properties which should rightfully belong to the Filipino people. Thank you, Madam Chair.
As I mentioned in my opening remarks, the purpose of the deliberations of the bill is to discuss the technical aspects of the bill so we can already come up with a bill that we will present to the plenary. We're not going to discuss factual issues because that has already been exhausted during the Quadcom hearings. So we want to come up with the bill, but how can we do that if the resource persons who are experts who can help us with the technical aspect of the bill are not here or are not able to answer the questions or discuss the provisions of the bill? So warning, next week I intend to have another hearing on this. So you have to be here. The head of agency has to be here, or whoever they send should be able to answer the questions of the committee. Is that clear to all the resource persons? Okay. So we'll now proceed with the AMLA, the Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Yes,
please identify yourself.
I'm Attorney Anthony Lawrence Morales of the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Madam Chair. I would like to also apologize for just like in the case of OSG, because as you may know, the Anti-Money Laundering Council is headed by a council which can only act unanimously, and given that that unanimity requirement for the approval of our position paper, we cannot provide for today the formal position paper of the AMLAC, but we can already share the general comments that we have submitted for the council, Madam Chair.
We continue. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our another vice chairperson from the Lone District of San Juan, Honorable Isabel Maria Zamora. See, you can proceed.
Yes, Madam Chair. We have just few comments on the draft bill. Our first comment is for the short title, Madam Chair. Maybe it's not that material, but for purposes, Madam Chair, of being specific and to avoid confusion, considering that we have so many civil forfeiture remedies under more prominent laws, Madam Chair, particularly the Anti-Money Laundering Act, the Terrorism Financing Prevention and Suppression Act, the Anti-Terrorism Act, Madam Chair, and even our Illegal Ill-Gotten Wealth Act, Madam Chair, all provide for a civil forfeiture remedy. We propose, Madam Chair, that the short title be renamed or be called in other nomenclature. We propose, Madam Chair, titles such as Foreign Acquired Realty Forfeiture Act or Foreign Acquired Land Forfeiture Act instead of a generic Civil Forfeiture Act, Madam Chair.
Can you hold on? Kong Luistro, would you consider would you consider the proposal of the wish?
Can you kindly restate the proposed title, short title?
It's either a Foreign Acquired Realty Forfeiture Act, or if we want to be more specific with land, Foreign Acquired Land Forfeiture Act, Madam Chair.
Actually, the purpose of this bill is not to confine the forfeiture to land, but even the properties erected thereon. And as far as we are concerned, everything that is erected on a real property are considered real property as well.
Madam Chair. So in that case, Madam Chair, maybe the committee can consider Foreign Acquired Realty Forfeiture Act. Realty is short for real property, Madam Chair, which is also an accepted nomenclature for real property or real
Is it not that the meaning is the same? Foreign Acquired Real Property Forfeiture Act.
Yes, Madam Chair. The version of the bill that was referred to as states that the short title shall be called Civil Forfeiture Act, Madam Chair.
Short title.
You are referring only to the short title.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. But the long title, just to distinguish, is okay with you.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Foreign Acquired Real Property Act.
Forfeiture Act.
Forfeiture Act. Real Property Forfeiture Act. That is acceptable, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Kong Luistro. You may proceed.
Yes, Madam Chair. For our second comment, Madam Chair, with regard to Section 5, we noticed that the wordings are probably adapted from our law on forfeiture of ill-gotten wealth. So it states that any taxpayer may file a complaint before a city or provincial prosecutor. Although we recognize that the term citizen is already wide enough to cover everyone who can file a complaint before the city or provincial prosecutor, maybe the committee may consider including the term or any taxpayer or government agency, because in most instances we may it's the government agency concerns who will learn about this possible acquisition of foreign land or real estate by foreigners, Madam Chair.
Okay, Kong Jinky.
Madam Chair, I accept the proposition that instead of taxpayer, we use any Filipino citizen.
That would suffice, Madam Chair.
Just to clarify, we do not add any more government agency, Kong Jinky.
I believe, Madam Chair, that when we use any Filipino citizen, that would necessarily include already even the government offices in the Philippines.
That's correct, Madam Chair.
Taxpayer.
Finally, Madam Chair, just for the Section 13 of the bill with regard to the issuance of the implementing rules and regulations, we noticed that the proposed provision designates the head of the agency to be the one who will issue the implementing rules and regulations. We just noticed that in most laws where there's a provision for the issuance of implementing rules, it's the agency itself and not the head, for just to give flexibility, Madam Chair. So instead of the Solicitor General shall, in coordination with the secretaries, so it will be the Office of the Solicitor General in coordination with the departments of the identified departments, Madam Chair. And for the Anti-Money Laundering, it should be the Anti-Money Laundering Council as an agency and not the chairman, Madam Chair.
Kong Jinky.
The proposition is accepted, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's all, Madam Chair. Subject to also the submission of our formal position paper, which will already include what I have manifested, Madam Chair.
Okay, so now we go to the LRA.
Good morning, Madam Chair. My name is Attorney Elizalde, Director for the Legal Service of the agency. First of all, I would like to apologize because we did not bring the position paper. However, it will be submitted later through email if that is acceptable, Madam Chair. And we support the bill, of course. And